Back with more Buffy. This is episode 21 of season 6. Penultimate episode of the season. My goodness, it's bizarre that we only have 2 episodes left for season 6. It's been quite the ride. And I'm really intrigued to see what they're going to do with this kind of final couple of episodes. Because last episode, oh my, Willow's gone a bit evil. She dyed her hair. She's going through a bit of a goth phase. A bit of a rebellious teen phase. You know, we all do it. We all do it. You know, who hasn't flayed a guy? You know, I haven't. So just putting that out there in case people took that as face value. Can confirm, never murdered anyone. That makes it sound like I have murdered anyone. We've gone off on a very strange tangent already, so let's get back to the matter at hand, which is Willow's gone a bit evil. Oh dear. But I love that story and the idea of it, so I'm really intrigued to see where they're going to go with that and how far they may have to go to stop her. I mean, it's not the finale yet. I feel like this is at least going to go until the finale, so things may only get worse with that. I don't know how it can get worse after she murdered Warren. But Warren's dead, so I don't give a shit. Good, burn in hell. So yeah, I have no idea what on earth they're going to do with this story next, but I am really, really excited to see what they have in store. Also kind of nervous, because I don't want them to have to kill Willow to stop her, but if it comes down to that, it will be the worst day of my life. So we'll see what happens, but either way, really, really liking this kind of little arc for Willow going a bit evil. So we'll see what's going to happen. Let's get into the next one.
We're talking about 2 to go, right? Jonathan and what's his face, the other guy?
Andrew, yes.
Willow's got an addictive personality. She just tasted blood, and she could be there already.
Yep.
No, she couldn't, which at her level...
She's not going to stop now.
Teleport.
Right. Vengeance demon. He asked me the best started coming to him.
Maybe. Andrew and Jonathan don't.
This is still
probably not, no.
Warren never abandoned us. Well, not me anyway. This is like his test. If we can figure out how he's communicating with us, then we'll be, you know, worthy. Implants. Lex Luthor had a
His skin abandoned him.
No respect for the chain of command.
Yeah, see how far it's gotten you? Checking every hole in your sad little body for transmitters that don't exist.
Oh, I'll find it if I have to check every hole in my body and yours. Get off! Make me!
Well, that might be a bit much. Oh.
Oh my god, Warren.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Me?
Ooh. It's Hurricane Willow. Oh.
Stay here.
Oh, like we have a choice.
Don't move. You'll be safe here.
You've seen the wall coming down, buddy.
Why is she doing this? Tell her we didn't do anything.
Yes, we did. We signed on, we teamed up, we
exactly.
Our planes will take us, we'll take them.
What? She can fly, she can fly, she can fly.
Willow, just stop for a second and listen to...
Ah! Oh, well, she showed me up with that scream. Bloody hell.
But we didn't do anything. Ow!
Thank you.
I hate to admit it.
Wake up.
Jonathan made a point.
She's it? What was that?
Oh! Oh my god.
She knows you're in this car too, right? Right?
I don't think she cares at the minute.
She's draining.
When I see you again, oh.
Do I look weak to you or incapable?
Heck no.
So why am I stuck here?
Because you're the little sister. Willow hurt her before she dyed her hair.
To the death.
Oh, good. My money's on the main cast member. Oh.
Rat's like this little girl.
I am not a little girl.
I don't know if you've thought this through.
I mean, you're like a year and a half old.
Safe in this.
You know, I could summon a demon that would kill her.
I can smack you so your eyeballs and switch sockets.
No one is getting killed. Sit down.
No one else.
We're doing this for Willow. The only reason it happens to be your lucky day is because Willow kills you, she crosses a line, I lose a friend.
You came because you want something, don't you?
Genius.
Just take a little tour.
Oh.
You want to wait here?
That works for you.
Be right back.
It's kind of cool that Dawn is now the one who's like left someone in like the waiting room after. Is it smashed or wrecked? Wrecked, I think. Hello. Oh. Oh no, she's got like lines. That's not good.
You're back on the magics. No.
Oh, gave it away.
I am the magics.
Did you kill that guy? I miss Tara too. But this, what you're doing here, this is not the way to go. You're only going to make things worse.
Well, I'll be a lot happier without listening to the constant whining.
Oh no.
Willow, stop.
Mom, Buffy, Tara, wah. It's time you go back to being a little energy ball.
Oh shit.
You need to get away from her.
Yes. Yes, please. Oh fuck.
What have we got so far?
The.
So far we've got the.
Oh.
Well,
Even if they kill that wicked bitch, you think they're just gonna let us walk?
Excuse me.
They-
Kill him.
I'll take orders. I like taking orders.
I've
Just tell me
noticed.
what to do. You want an order? Grow up.
Hey now, play nice.
Oh my.
Or you'll break our concentration.
She's a truck-driving magic mama. And we've got maybe seconds before Darth Rosenberg grinds everybody into
Darth
dollar orders,
Rosenberg.
and not one of you bunch has admitted.
She would never hurt us.
she tried to use you for a hood ornament, Xander. She doesn't care if you live or die.
Guess you two finally had something in common.
Stop making it about you. Oh my god.
You got away with it. I can't hurt you.
Right, because you varnishing the table with Spike. How could that possibly have hurt?
Oh my god.
It
Xander.
was vengeance. It was solace.
He is masterful at focusing on the wrong fucking thing.
I saw the gun. Before Warren raised it, I saw it and I couldn't move.
Oh man.
He shot two of my friends. Before I could even. You want me to know how useless I am? That it's my fault? Thanks. I already got the memo.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you something about Willow. She's a loser. She
How
always has
dare
been.
you?
The only thing I had going for me were the moments, just moments when Tara would look at me and I was wonderful. And that will never happen again.
Oh.
I know this hurts.
She really thinks she has nothing but magic now.
Willow, if you let this control you, then the world goes away. And
She
all
doesn't
of
see
us-
how her friends adore her as well. She's so like self-conscious.
Will,
Buffy, you hate it here as much as I do. I'm just more honest about it.
Oh
Is that
fuck.
true? You're trying to sell me on the world? The one where you lie to your friends when you're not trying to kill them? You screw a vampire just to feel? I know you were happier when you were in the ground. The only time you were ever at peace in your whole life was when you were dead. So Willow brought you back.
Oh.
You know, with magic. Oh. Sorry, the trip can be kind of rough if you're, you know, not me.
Oh.
Abracadabra.
Oh shit.
And you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed,
Give up?
the test.
Right, I get it. Wait, first stage? Okay.
I don't want to hurt you.
Oh God!
I said I didn't want to.
Yeah, not that she wouldn't. Oh God! Oh no!
Go, do something right.
Aw, she has faith in him. He's not useless.
You really need to have every square inch of your ass kicked.
Oh God!
And I'll show you what a Slayer really is.
Can't we just have a cup of tea? I mean, they've had disagreements before, but
Taking us.
Is it bad that I'd rather have had a whole season of this than the trio?
Can't anymore. Need to.
Die then!
I don't think so.
Oh, you fucking dick! Oh no. Oh no, don't hurt Anya.
Well, hey.
Whoa, whoa.
The fact that she's still doing the spell though. Damn.
Let's just put the sword down.
Yes, Jonathan.
You heard me. When this is over, you and I are going back to jail to do our time.
Yes! Thank you, Jonathan.
Help me!
Ah!
The Slayer thing really isn't about the violence. It's about the power.
Oh God.
And there's no one in the world who has the power to stop me now.
Oh.
Test that theory.
Ah! Ow! Oh my God! Ah, you sons of bitches! Oh, I'm hyped. Oh my gosh, that was the best entrance. Okay, amazing episode. I adored it. Man. Probably one of my favourites of the season for sure, I would say. Just from start to finish, I think it's just so consistently great and fun. Well, fun's probably not the best word for it, because obviously it's not the best situation for anyone, but oh man, I just loved every second of it, and I kind of wish we'd gotten more of this than the trio. I'd have loved to have this been like Evil Willow for like second half of the season or something. How amazing would that have been? But again, then they'd have to kill Tara like a lot earlier on if they were going to do it. Although they could have made her go a bit evil without having to kill Tara, I think. But I definitely think I would have preferred this to the trio. But I've gone on about that long enough. But my God, what an episode! What an ending! Holy shit! It really did feel like the first half, in particular, obviously ended on a cliffhanger or whatever. So it didn't feel like a season finale in that sense. Well, I suppose some season finales end on cliffhangers, but the first like half for sure is like, oh my God, this is like the final season, like the season finale there, kind of building up to the big climactic battle here. But oh boy, I'm so excited that Giles is back. Thank fuck. What an amazing way to end the episode. I'd like to test that theory. Oh, that was badass. I'm so pleased that he's back. I didn't think we'd see him again this season. I thought we'd see him again, of course. But I thought for at least for this season he'd be done. But I'm so glad that's not the case, because oh my God, I've missed Giles so much. You forget how much you miss him and how different things would have been if he was around until like he shows up there. Like, oh my God, finally. I wonder if that's like a big issue people have with like this season, because I know a lot of people aren't big on season 6. I wonder if Giles' absence for most of it is maybe part of that. So I think in order for things to have gone the way they had, you know, they'd have not needed Giles to be around for most of the season, and kind of similar to Angel's season 3, you know, some things plot-wise only happened because Cordelia wasn't in a couple of episodes, you know, things would have been very different, and feels very similar in terms of Giles' absence in this season. But he's back. He had a gun greeny shooty thing that could stop Willow. So maybe he's the answer to our prayers, and I'm here for it. I want a Giles versus Willow match. That will be everything I've ever needed. Oh my god, what an entrance. So excited to see what role he's going to have in things in the next episode. He's missed out on a lot of shit. We have a lot of catching up to do with that wonderful, beautiful English man. Oh, I'm so hyped that he's back. I've missed him so much, so that's amazing. Tabula Rasa was the last one he was in, wasn't it? Because we saw him fly back. I don't think he's been back. Because he wasn't in the wedding one. I would have thought he'd be in the wedding, but he wasn't in that episode. So that's when I thought, oh, we're not going to see him again this season, when he wasn't at Xandanani's wedding. I was like, oh, they just can't get the actor. Makes sense. So I just thought, well, he's not going to be in the season. If he's not going to be in this episode, he won't be in the rest of the season. But I was wrong. Thank God. So yeah, I wonder what his role's going to be in the finale. That's going to be amazing. I feel like he'll get Willow back on track, surely. He could talk her down or beat her down. One of the two, maybe both, who knows. But once he gets caught up in everything that's happened, he's going to be like, oh shit, I maybe should not have left. I picked this wrong, bad time to leave. I regret my wonderful solo in the musical episode. I should not have left. He did say, I wish I could stay. You should have fucking stayed. Look what's gone down without you. So I feel like maybe he'll be a bit more proactive, maybe, and like, okay, I should have been here for you. Let's fix this mess out. And I think the finale is just called Giles sorts everything out in 40 minutes, and fair. My god, so excited that he's back. What an amazing way to end an incredible episode. Holy shit, that's going to be amazing. So Giles is back. Yes, all is right in the world again. What else should we talk about first? I suppose the lesser kind of stories. We just had a bit more of Spike doing a trial to get what he wants. Not much, really. Yeah, he just beat up a guy who had like flaming hands. Is it El Diablo, the guy from Suicide Squad? He basically beat up El Diablo. And yeah, that's question 1 of the 230 question quiz or whatever. That will see him get what he wants, but again, I don't know where to go with that, and it wasn't like a big part of the episode, so obviously that wasn't like the main focus, but Spike's doing his own thing. We'll see what happens with it. I'm not particularly interested right now, but we'll see. It could be, there must be a big payoff to that in the finale as to exactly what he's after with that, so we'll see what happens. But yes, he was in this episode. That was the thing that happened. Then we had everything with Dawn and Clem. I love Clem. Clem's so wholesome. I'm glad with everything that's going on, they have kind of kept him around to be like more light-hearted stuff. And he had a lot to do in this episode. He had a big part in things. I loved him just being all wholesome with his taste tests and wanting to do the best for Dawn and keeping her safe, because he wants to stay on Buffy's good side. Helping Dawn kind of track down Rack's joint. I thought that was very well done as well, the fact that Dawn had the idea to find Rack, because she assumed Willow would go there. So obviously the events have wrecked, so she'd been there before, she knew how to kind of find it. That was really cool. And, you know, I think it was in Wrecked. It might have been Smashed, it might have been Wrecked. One of those 2 episodes. I think it was Wrecked. When Willow like goes to see her and stuff. And, you know, Willow took Dawn the first time. She's like, oh, you know, I won't be long, you just stay there. And she went into the other room with him, obviously. This time, you know, shows Dawn's kind of growth, I guess. She was the one who left someone behind, and she went in to kind of confront Rack and therefore Willow. So that was cool. And considering the kind of trio of Willow, Dawn and Rack was a big turning point in her arc, in Willow's arc this season, when everything went down in that episode. It's kind of cool to see those 3 together again very briefly as things have kind of really escalated, you know, kind of at the crux of that kind of story, really. Granted, at the time, one of them was dead and floating around, but it is what it is. But yeah, you know, Rack was never like a huge character, so don't really care that Willow drained him. You know, he got on some serious bad shit, so bye. Taking out the trash. So yeah, I really enjoyed the Dawn and Clem dynamic, him trying to be all wholesome and sweet. I really like Clem a lot. And Dawn, on one hand, it's like, surely you know why you're being kept out of this, because Buffy just wants to keep you safe. Because last time things went wrong with Willow, you got hurt in the car crash. And she's still like, oh, you know, I'm not weak and feeble, I'm a grown-up now. Typical teenager stuff, basically. And then we just had evil Willow with the fucking dark truth of the matter. Like, she did not hold back. Basically, Willow turned evil and her filter died. Her filter died with Tara. And now she's like, you know what? Buffy, you were happy when you're dead. Dawn, you're a blob of energy. Get over yourself. You're not special. You're a blob of energy. I want to drain you, or you can go back to that because you're a loser or whatever. Like, man, Willow's mean, guys. Willow's really mean. But yeah, I did enjoy Dawn still trying to help. I love that she kind of took the initiative, had the idea to track down Rack and everything. I thought that was actually a really kind of clever idea from her. So again, showing that she can take some initiative in things, and the kind of, so many people are self-conscious. You know, Dawn's very self-conscious, I think, about the fact that she used to be this key, and that she wasn't actually always around in everyone's lives. And, you know, she's still kind of a recent addition. And the memories that she kind of has aren't exactly real. I imagine that must be pretty hard to deal with. You know, talk about an existential crisis. So to then have Willow, of all people, be the one to kind of, you know, say all these things to you. And, you know, Willow and Tara kind of were maternal figures to Dawn when Buffy was dead. And I think, you know, Dawn very much sees her in that sense. So to hear that from Willow, saying those things about her, and, you know, that, oh, you should just go back to being a blob of energy or whatever. I think that must kind of be like hearing it from Joyce, if Joyce had told her all that kind of shit. So I imagine that was kind of devastating, and you can see from her reaction, she wasn't displeased about hearing that. But man, that was kind of crazy. But yeah, I enjoyed what they kind of tried to do with Dawn in this one, and we'll see what goes on with that. Jonathan and Andrew, I loved Jonathan in this episode. I love that he was trying to help. He understood that they're saving our lives, we need to help them. Standing up to Andrew at the end was great. Calling Andrew out on all his fucking bullshit. I'm done with Andrew. Andrew sucks. And I remembered his name. Yes. Just, oh, Warren will come and save us. I'm not going to die for something I didn't do. I'm innocent. Shut up. Shut up. And Jonathan called him out on that. He's like, you know what? We need to go back to jail and do our time when all this is done. You know, we may not have murdered Tara necessarily. We may not have actively murdered Katrina, but you were complicit in that. You helped covered it up, Andrew, and you were like, oh, they got away with murder. That's pretty cool. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Shut the fuck up. Sit down, Andrew. Ugh. Man, I feel sorry for Andrew and Tucker's parents. I'm like having two little shits for sons. Ugh. I bet they don't have any more kids after that. They're like, oh, Jesus Christ, there's two awful children. We're done. So I feel bad for them. They're the true victims. But yeah, I love Jonathan. He's really kind of come around and seen the error of his ways and everything, and wanting to help out as best he can, even if sometimes they don't want his help. And they're like, just shut up. He respects that. He's willing to stand up and admit what he's done is wrong. I'm very glad. Thank goodness. For me, I didn't want him to take a whole season to kind of get to this point where I'm like, oh yeah, I like Jonathan in this episode, because it really has taken the whole season. And I just haven't enjoyed having the trio for the whole season. Half a season maybe I would have gotten away with fine, but again, that's just me. But yeah, Jonathan was great in this one. I love that he's kind of really worked out how to behave, given everything he's already done can't be changed. He's kind of trying to repent and make way for that. And then we have Andrew, and kind of using him as like the polar opposite. This is what you should not do. Don't be a dick about it. And Andrew clearly is. So yeah, he's done so. Not a fan of him, but I did like that they're kind of using him as the polar opposite for Jonathan to kind of show the good and bad way of kind of dealing with this already horrible situation and owning up to what you've done. Andrew just doesn't want to take the blame. I think that's one of the reasons he's like, oh, you can be the leader, I just want to follow orders. because then if things do go wrong, he can just be like, well, I didn't do anything. I was just doing what I was told. You know, it wasn't my idea. I think it's just a sneaky way of him trying to just get away with everything, because there's always someone else he can blame. He's a tiny little weasel, is Andrew. So yeah. But Jonathan was great. I found Jonathan again. I'm back on board the Jonathan train. He's good. I mean, he hasn't done good shit, but he's seen that now. So well done, Jonathan. Growth. Love to see it. Then I loved Anya in this episode as well, when she initially went to kind of warn everyone about what was going down at the police station, teleporting everywhere. That was really funny. Trying to stand up to Willow as best she can, continuing to do that spell. Even when they discovered her, she was still like chanting the words. Like, she's brave and awesome. I love her. She was fantastic. And yeah, everything with Buffy and Xander alongside that, talking about, you know, what we're going to have to do here. We can't let Willow kill the others, because then that's another line she wouldn't have crossed, because Xander could kind of stomach, I think, Warren being killed by Willow, because Warren was the worst. But, you know, it's even more Willow losing herself if she goes all the way. And Buffy, I think Buffy's absolutely right. She has an addictive personality. Killing, you know, the killing wouldn't have stopped, I think, with Jonathan and Andrew, because if she kills them, that means all her friends like, we're going to need to stop her, whatever means necessary. If she attacks the police station, well, the police are going to come after her. She's like, well, you're in my way now, I'm going to have to kill the police. And it's just going to escalate further and further and further from there. And oh my goodness. So yeah, I think Buffy was absolutely right in her assessment of Willow's kind of personality there, because it is like a big flaw that Willow has. And we've kind of seen that this whole season, how that's exploited, and Willow throwing some home truths back at Buffy as well. That was brutal, when she was like, you know, you were happier when you been at your happiest when you were dead. Ooh, you know, oh, you're trying to talk to me about the good of the world. You don't even want to be here. So I like how Buffy's storyline this season has even kind of fed into what's happened with Willow at the end there, because Buffy seems to not be able to be the one. Maybe she could beat Willow down, and even then, you know, it took Giles showing up at the end to kind of really keep Willow down for a couple of seconds. But it does seem that Buffy's can't be the one to talk Willow out of this, because she's been going through her own shit this season as well. So I don't know if Giles could do it, maybe Xander could do it. Very crack theory here. Oz comes back and he's like, listen, you need to stop this. You know, one of Willow's former loves comes and like talks her out of it. I think that would be really sweet. I just want to see Oz again, basically. And then they'd be like, oh god, we're going to cry. And you know, I think that there would be like a beauty in that. Maybe if like Willow's first love tries to help Willow come to terms with losing her current love, you know, I think that would have been really sweet, but I don't think that's where they go with it. Otherwise I think Oliver would have shown up at the end there and be like, boom, you're looking for this? But yeah, I think Oz is probably down on the show. He got a lot of closure in New Moon Rising, and you know, we saw him in Restless, but that was kind of a dream. It was a bit of fun. But yeah, my money's on Giles or Xander to kind of be like, Willow, get a grip, grow up. Which is another moment I really liked with Jonathan, actually, telling Andrew you need to grow up. That was good. So yeah, everything with Willow and her being evil and stuff, I just adored it. I thought it was so cool. Just like the shot of her like flying up and ripping all the bricks out. It's badass. I really do enjoy seeing evil Willow. For all, you know, it's not a good thing to enjoy, I suppose, but she's pretty badass and she's pretty scary. And when she got like all the marks on her when she drained Rack, that was really cool. She's a really enjoyable villain to watch. I think, again, it's like Angelus. It's so closely tied to the characters that we already know and love. It's such a personal kind of antagonist. I'm all about that shit. I just eat that up. All my favourite villains, I think, have been directly tied to like some of these major characters. And yes, we had seen like a couple of people in the trio before, but very sporadically. They're not like main characters or anything. But to have a main cast member who we've known for 6 seasons become like a big villain is just so good. And I think it'd be so easy to get it wrong. And maybe they still will get it wrong. I don't know how it's going to play out in the finale. But I'm just loving it so far. I do kind of wish we had this turn for Willow sooner, honestly. I would have easily enjoyed like a good half a season of this. You know, her just things really escalating like worse and worse. I think that would have been really fun to see. And it also could have opened up a really interesting way to explore Willow's family. We saw her mum, I think, very briefly in Gingerbread. But I could just imagine, like, how does Willow's family respond to this? How does Willow treat her family if she like, turns evil? You know, what was Willow's family's reaction to Tara? You know, did they like her? Did they not? Did they ever meet her? Are they sad she's dead? They better be sad she's dead, otherwise I will throw them off a cliff. You know, I think that could have been a really interesting way of delving into family. You know, we saw a lot of Xander's family in Hell's Bells, finally. And it would have been cool to get a story like that with Willow. So I could have easily done with like half a season of that, for sure. Maybe even a whole season if they really wanted to. But, you know, I feel like it would come around halfway through the season if they were going to do that of Willow like actually turning evil. Because they need to do the whole addiction, relapse kind of thing first with her. So, man, oh man. Yeah, I'm here for, I think Dark Willow is the official term, someone on Discord said. So Dark Willow, here for it. As long as she doesn't have to die to stop her. Then I'll be like, no! I'll be inconsolable if Willow dies. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that story so far. I think she's pretty awesome, pretty badass. So yeah, that was so good. And Buffy, you know, constantly trying to stop her and everything. One thing I did forget to mention last episode, I didn't like with Buffy last episode when she was like to Dawn, oh, you don't mean that. Like, don't force feelings onto her. You can't tell her how she feels. That was the one thing she said that rubbed me the wrong way. But they kind of, I think they corrected that a bit in this episode because she really, well, she knows her best friend and it wasn't really so much about Dawn there. But yeah, that was all good. I loved everything with Xander as well. Obviously, sometimes he makes things about him and he focuses on the wrong thing, and that's just kind of his personality at times. But I loved what the dynamic with him and Anya, and he was kind of saying, you know, this is all my fault. I know it's my fault. You don't need to keep telling me this. I know I'm useless because I saw the gun, I froze. That was a really sweet moment. I really loved that. I thought Nicholas Brendan was really great in that moment. And of course, Anya was kind of saying, you know, I meant us. But Xander, again, it's another character who's very, very insecure about himself. Big mood. And that's kind of been a big downfall of his character since the start of the show, and even more so this season, because he didn't want to become his father or whatever, so he kind of walked out on Anya, and that's a kind of a big thing that a lot of the main characters have gone through this season. It's all kind of culminated in this kind of crazy way, and then now we have Giles, who in previous seasons went through like a bit of a midlife crisis. He felt like he didn't have a place. He seemed to kind of find it again with the magic box. Hopefully he's found it again in England. He can come back, sort all that shit out, and I'm here for it. Oh my god, what an amazing episode. We had some great character moments. Jonathan was great, really enjoyed him. The Dark Widow stuff, I'm loving. Anya was fantastic. The fight with Buffy and Willow was also really, really great. Spike, we'll see where they go with that. Some really lovely moments with Dawn and Clem. Buffy and Xander had some wonderful character stuff as well. Very badass. And that ending with Giles. Oh boy, my camera's about to die, so I do need to kind of wrap this up. But my god, amazing, amazing episode. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with the finale, which I will be, obviously, that will be the next reaction. But yeah, oh shit, we'll see how they kind of wrap all this up. But it's going to be quite something, I think. And yeah, amazing episode, I loved it. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.